Howdy and hello, and welcome to Mike's Game Domain. We're going to take another look at Oath of the Gatewatch in Magic Duels. We're on the second mission here with Nissa. This is a fun one. Alright, so the last episode, Seagate was destroyed by Kozilek. The failing of the Hedron trap was no accident. Hiding behind Seagate was the demon Obnixilis. This is the demon Obnixilis. He's a planeswalker, and he's super badass. The demon Obnixilis siphoned away the power of the Hedrons to reignite his planeswalker spark. After eons, he is finally free of his imprisonment. So he was a captured planeswalker who got his power drained and couldn't planeswalk. Planeswalk means like traveling dimensions, essentially. So they created these a Hedron network, which is just like a circle of diamond rocks, essentially, that created like a stasis snare that stopped Ulamog, which was that first big titan. And so apparently underneath the ground, Obnixilis had been draining the power of that stasis snare, and that's why the Eldrazi broke out. But that means that he is now returned to full power, and he is super BA. Alright, so reignite his Planeswalker Spark. After eons, he's finally free of his imprisonment, but he is not free of his rage. He seeks revenge against the Nature Mage, who nearly spoiled his plans. It is time for the tables to turn. Alright, so now we get to beat the hell up on Nissa. You're Obnixilis, freed from your imprisonment. Now is the time to take your revenge on Nissa. So, we're Obnixilis now. Cool. I'll take any time that I'm... Alright, so we got... he kind of has some junky creatures and then some payoff cards. Zulaport Cutthroat, whenever another creature dies... another creature I control die. We drain them for 1, so they lose 1. We gain 1. Languish is a good sweeper. 4 mana and not a lot to do with it. I guess we'll keep it. We'll draw other stuff. We're going to get punished for this if we draw a bunch of lands, and then all we have is 2 1/1s to play with. But Languish is one of those cards that if you're holding it, you can accept kind of a weak hand because it's just instant stabilization of the board. So I think we're going to put out the Black Cat first. You know, if they run out a bunch of spells, which Nissa doesn't, Nissa's going to ramp into... Well, we played Nissa's deck. We know what's in it. She's going to ramp into some big monstrous cards that Language just doesn't deal with anyway. Because it only deals -4. And you remember 5 was sort of the key number with all those Hydras. So it's going to handle her early game and then be useless. So we'll probably use it. Alright, so we could run out the Cutthroat. Doesn't really do a lot against that, to be honest. It's a 2/2. We could kill it. Yeah, we could kill it and make her discard, but... Bone Splinters is very powerful. You have to sacrifice a creature, but then you get to just destroy target creature. So, using a spell that's that powerful on a 2/2 is just kind of a waste. Especially since Language kills it anyway. Alright, let's see what happens here. Alright, Gladeheart. That's a priority. You saw how powerful Life Gain was, like, that last game. Excuse me. So, even though it's only a 2/2, yeah, the Gladeheart is one that we want to get rid of. I'll probably let her run out 1 or 2 more creatures, and then we'll just Languish the board. So we're just going to hold on to to everything that we can. Getting these cats out is actually not a bad thing. They threaten to double block her 2/2s, and also when they die, she has to discard. So if we time it right, we can Languish the board and make her discard her whole hand. So we have 2 discards. She has 5 things. We could Bone Splinters here and prevent the life gain. I think that's a little premature. We could also just attack with the Black Cat. Let her block it, but she probably won't. Yep, if you block it, you discard. That's fine. Discard a card. Haha. And we also gain a life. She loses a life, which is pretty cool. Alright, she lost a good card, actually. Marasa Ranger comes down. It's in range of Languish as a 3/3, but it gets out of range really quick. So that thing grows whenever land falls. Oh, she's playing Elves, so she's not playing the deck we just played. Alright, so the Languish is going to be phenomenally good against elves. So elves tend to just make a bunch of tokens. Elf tokens are 1/1s. There's cards that are lords, which will boost all the elves and make them all giant. Oof. I'm tempted. Yeah. So, I mean, I could just block, but then this block is effectively doing nothing other than making her discard. I would much rather get rid of the Gladeheart. She probably has a pump spell, which is going to make it out of range of dying, but if not, yeah, we got rid of the Gladeheart. That's good. So, lose 2 crappy creatures, take one of her good creatures off the board, make her discard, and gain 2 life, drain 2 life. I mean, overall, that exchange had a lot of things going for it that we enjoyed. A Death Toucher. I think I'm just going to pass here and take 4 damage. I want her to play 1 more card before I Languish. And I don't want to just lose my Death Toucher to a Languish, because Death Touch can kill really big, powerful creatures that are scary, so there's no sense in just throwing it away. Our life total is not low enough where we have to be worried about it. Perfect! So this is a really strong 4/4, which conveniently will die to Languish. Alright, so next turn we're going to Languish so we don't take a giant hit from that. We're going to go down to 15, which isn't the end of the world. But black typically pays life for effects instead of gaining life like green, so it's something we need to be aware of. So we can actually just Languish and then bring out the Typhoid Rats. And we have effectively stabilized. We both have 1 card in hand. We have 1 card plus a creature and a kill spell. I don't know what her card is, but she probably is not in as good of a place as us. We've got 3 creatures in the graveyard. Black also loves to reanimate creatures in the graveyard, and also there's cards that sort of benefit from having creatures, so the fact that there's already 3 weenies in there is good. We don't need more lands, so we're just going to hold on to that. We're playing against a computer, so it doesn't matter, like the mind games of Magic, which are a big part of it, like poker. You can play poker against a computer, but it's never going to be nearly as fun as playing against a human, so same thing with Magic. This is called sandbagging. So in this case, we don't want her to know that we just have a spell, and that's 1 spell, and that's it. So by holding these lands, yeah, God, all right, we're gonna get flooded. We're gonna ping her down 1 at a time with these rats until one of us doesn't draw a land. Yeah. So anyway, if this was a person, I wouldn't want them to know. They don't know that I don't have 2, giant demon creatures and a kill spell and this, that, and the other. So you want to keep that that information from them. Much like poker in any other game, it becomes, as you become really good at Magic, a battle of information. So you'll make plays just to avoid. Alright, we are in Swamp Heaven here. I wish there was... The cool thing about lands in Magic is they all have different pictures, and they're kind of pretty. It would be cool if this deck had more than the same kind of land, because this makes this flood look even worse. Like 9 of the exact same swamp. But whatever. These forests are cool. I like that picture. Okay. This is the most boring Magic video ever. A 1/1 versus a 2/2. Yeah, they were holding this. They were holding a land this whole time too. Interesting. All right, so we have a 5/5 Death Touch. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, draw a card. Fantastic. So we could sacrifice something to go ahead and draw a card. They were just going to attack in with our Death Toucher. If he blocks, the Death Touch will kill the 2/2, and then we get to draw a card. So, lots of value going on here. I'm trying to mute myself when I snort. I apologize. At this point, there's no sense in holding on to all these lands against no cards. We have card advantage effectively, even though they're just lands, which does absolutely nothing. Alright, so drew another land. This is where they could probably hold on to it. Although green maybe has spells that cost 10 mana. Another rats. We're gonna first go to combat. Just send in the team here. Alright. We're definitely gonna win this. Yeah, this was a huge draw. We needed some some power. So as these are tapped and can't block, we go ahead and summon a creature that can block, just Typhoid Rats. At some point we may end up using the Bone Splinters, but I'm really saving it for something awful. Because green just has these monstrous beasts that are hard to deal with. That's not one of them. 2/2. If you have another elf, she makes a 1/1, which is good value, but still doesn't do that much. Alright. If they don't block here, we're gonna Bone Splinter. Really, there's no need to. We're doing 7 damage. They have 9 health. Okay, so they chump the big guy. We get to draw a card. Oh, whenever another non. Oh, whenever anybody's creature dies. Ooh, that's a sick card. Yeah, that's a really good card. Don't want to languish, although we would draw at the beginning of next turn if they lay something good like that beast. We will go ahead and languish and lose our rats because whenever they die, we get to draw cards anyway. So, oh my god, with the freaking lands already. All right, they're gonna block. We'll draw a card. Yeah, like I said, if we languish, we won't kill this guy as long as he hasn't taken damage yet, and we'll get to draw 2 cards. So they'll probably both be swamps anyway. Oh, what's this? Cruel Effect. Target opponent sacks a creature. Well, that is a cool picture. Yuck. Alright, cool. Yeah, it doesn't do anything right now, so we're not going to cast it. But 2 mana, make it someone sack a creature. It's pretty good. The problem is they get to choose, so if they have like a 1/1 and a 9/9, they're obviously going to say, oh, that's good. They're obviously going to sack the weenie one. Alright, so we just won here. Most likely. 7 damage into 5 health. And we have, yep, that's it. Obnixilis has won. That was a very boring battle, sorry. That happens. There's a lot of randomness as far as what you draw in Magic. But that's going to be it for this episode. Let's read the story. Ah, yeah. So that's Gideon, Nissa, and Jace. So Obnixilis has trapped them and tortures them for a while, which is pretty cool. Victory is sweet, and vengeance is even sweeter. Obnixilis captures not only Nissa, but her Planeswalker allies as they flee from Seagate, with his enemies shackled. Just as he has been shackled for so many years, Obnixilis exults in victory. That's going to be it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll play again soon.